Over the past few weeks, we've seen quite a few AI coding tools that claim to help speed up development. But this tool takes things to another level. Imagine building a full web app, front-end, back-end, database, and even hosting all just by chatting with an AI. Well, that's exactly what Base 44 does. And I just can't stop thinking how crazy that is. And if that wasn't enough, it was recently acquired by Wix for $80 million, which adds a lot of credibility to the tool. So let's take a look at how it works. It is essentially an AI-powered no-code app builder where you can describe your idea in plain English and it will create a working app right in front of your eyes. But unlike other no-code builders, you don't need to set up anything externally. Databases, hosting, authentication, SSL, custom domains, everything you would typically need to set up when building a website or web app is included out of the box. You simply tell it what you want to build and it handles all of that for you so you can focus on just writing your code. It's pretty mind-blowing. But that's not all. It also has a chat interface on the side so you can discuss your requirements with the AI as you build your application. There are also templates and styles. For example, you could say apply claymorphism style, and in one click it will apply that style to your entire application. If you're not sure about making a change, there's something called discuss mode where you can see what the app will look like before actually making the change live. And finally, you can also push to GitHub, although it's in beta. So if you want to export your project for developers to work on, you can do that too. So for example, I could say, build me a simple image gallery app, and then it asks some clarifying questions like whether I want it to be a grid view, whether I want it to have a light or dark theme, and if I want animations. Once I confirm those settings, it starts building the app and within seconds, voila, done. We now have a fully functional image gallery app with animations. In fact, the AI did such a good job that it even added extra features like a navigation bar and a footer, which I didn't ask for but I can easily remove them. Now to be clear, this is not going to replace developers anytime soon. There are definitely some limitations. First of all, it might take longer to get used to this style of building apps compared to traditional methods. You also don't have as much control over the final product as you would expect. And lastly, you can't always access the full source code, which means if you want to make further changes outside of the platform, you won't be able to do that. But still, these are some really cool advancements in AI tech, and the speed at which it's just being developed is insane. The people in the Base 44 community are building some really cool stuff like an invoicing app, timesheets, client websites, and even chatbots. And what I really like about it is that the AI asks smart clarifying questions as you go, which saves a lot of time that you would normally waste figuring things out yourself. And the best part is you don't need to be a developer to use any of this. As long as you know what you want to build, you can make it happen. And the platform will handle all the technical details for you. I mean, think about it. Not too long ago, building a website involved manually setting up all the files, configuring the server, managing databases, and securing the application. And even today, most developers spend a significant amount of their time dealing with these infrastructure-related tasks. But platforms like Netlify, Vercel, and now Base 44 are changing that. They're remaking it possible for anyone to get started with building applications without having to worry about all the complex setup involved. And with Base 44, it's taken to the next level because not only does it handle all the infrastructure for you, but it also allows you to build applications just by describing what you want to build in plain English. There are obviously some concerns with handing off complete control of your application to an AI. What happens if something goes wrong? Who do you contact for support? How do you make changes when something needs to be updated? These are all valid questions and concerns that I had as well. But so far the platform seems to be working great and I haven't come across any major issues yet. Plus, with the recent acquisition by Wix, I'm assuming we'll see even more resources dedicated to making the platform better. In fact, just last week they patched a critical API vulnerability which shows that they are serious about making this platform work and they're responsive to issues that may come up. On top of that, they've got a pretty solid community going on. People are sharing their creations, asking for advice and helping each other out. I mean, check this out. Someone built a simple notes app and someone else built a LinkedIn clone. Now obviously these are small examples, but it's cool to see what people are coming up with. And most importantly, if you run into any issues, you can just ask the community for help. Now if you're skeptical about giving AI this much control over your application, there is an alternative. As mentioned earlier, you can export your project to GitHub. However, this feature is currently in beta and not everyone has access to it yet. But hopefully they'll make it available to everyone soon. So here's what I think. Base 44 shows where AI development is heading. Soon you'll be able to build entire apps just by describing them in plain English. Developers will have more time to focus on more complex tasks and building applications will be accessible to anyone who wants to learn. I mean, think about how big of an impact this technology will have on the world. It will democratize application building and put the power into the hands of more people. And while it's not perfect yet, it's still impressive what this platform can do. I mean, just think about how many failed projects there are out there because someone couldn't figure out the back-end code or the front-end design. Well, with Base 44, you don't need to worry about any of that. The platform will handle it for you so you can focus on just building your application. And with the recent acquisition by Wix, I'm confident that this platform will only get better. Would you try it for your next project? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking for ideas for the next video, feel free to drop a comment with your suggestions. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.